What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to another wonderful episode on the Off Balance podcast, where dance meets dialogue, where movement meets meaning. On this wonderful episode today, we have an amazing dancer from Diaspora. I don't like is that word Diaspora, man. It's sounding somehow. She is like our own sister, our own brother. Yeah, you get what I mean? Lulu. What's that Yoruba name again?
Oluwaseun.
Oluwaseun.
Olatokunbo.
Correct. All right. But I mean, of course, we know that she's based in the UK for now. All right. And she's an Afro dancer. So we're going to talk about a whole lot about the journey of two words. What's the meaning of the word diaspora? You know, because I know like a lot of dancers who do not like being called that. You know, it feels like they're out of the space.
Yeah.
You know. So, but then again, we have Lulu on the couch today with us. Welcome, Lulu. What's up?
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
How far?
Thank you. I do.
See now, this is home. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been nice to be. I came in 2022, right?
That was a long
But
time.
it was technically for work, so I didn't really do much. So technically, I haven't been back in Nigeria for like over 20 years.
Over 20 years. Wow.
Yeah.
So how about GH, Ghana? Same?
You've already started.
No, I'm asking.
I've been going Ghana every year since like 2016.
Every year.
Yeah.
So why are you not stopping by? Just crossing, just
I came
breezing.
in 2022 now.
So how far? What's in the stop has it been so far?
Do you know what? It's been really nice being back. I will say it is overstimulating because in Ghana it's chill.
It's Ghana
And
chill.
It's chill, man.
It's almost the same temperature, same hot
Which same?
sun. Yes.
No.
The sun is also hot in Ghana.
It's
It
hot,
is,
yes, but I think the lifestyle in Nigeria is like you have to be sharp, quick. Whereas in
it's
Ghana,
Lagos. It's only in Lagos, sure.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You can say
Whereas
that.
in Ghana, especially Accra,
It's chill.
everything is moving like a snail. But yeah, it's been really nice being back. Like,
But a lot of people
it's been nice.
see that and say maybe it's because the Ghanaians are kind of like maybe they're slow. Like some people say that Ghanaians they're so chill, they're slow, you know.
I'm
Or
not
maybe it's
the one
because
who
we
said
are
it.
used to being tip tap, active,
I can admit that Ghanaians, they are
kind of like
kind of slow. But when you're coming from London, right? So when you go to Ghana, I don't mind the slowness because actually I need it because it's a change of pace. So for me, I don't mind unless it's food, then I mind. But the change of pace, I actually don't mind. Whereas coming from London and then coming to Nigeria,
the temperature.
overstimulation has shocked my brain. But it's been good. It's been really, really nice being back.
But you have not had the amala you've always wanted
I haven't
to.
had the amala. Before I leave, I have to have it.
Yes, you have to. There are a lot of crazy amala spots you need to visit.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to.
So now let's jump right into the topic. You know, you ready, right?
I'm ready.
All right. Between words, the journey of an Afro dancer in diaspora. I mean, exploring identity, representation, the challenge of staying rooted while evolving globally. Now, how has it been for you? Because I mean, you just have to evolve regardless, whether you like it or not. I mean, you're no longer in your space anymore, so you have to like balance and sometimes go off balance.
Yeah.
Of some things, some situations, you know, you just look at them like, wait, maybe because I'm here, let me just adjust to it. But how's it been for you?
Do you know what? My journey into coming into Afro dance, African street styles, whatever you want to label it, has actually been, a lot of people think that I've been doing it since I started dancing, but actually I started off as a hip hop dancer.
Oh, really?
So my first styles coming into dance was hip hop, popping, and locking. So that was actually my thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. And I guess because I'm so engrossed in like the Afro dance culture and community now, so people have forgotten that I didn't start there. I would say Afro dance and stepping back into my culture was what stopped me from quitting dance. So in like between 2014 and 2016, I was falling out of love with it. I loved it, and shout out to all my teachers and my mentors. It wasn't them. I think it was just where I was with dance at the time. It just wasn't, there was something missing.
Oh.
And I realized now that what was missing was this connection to a culture. And then in delving deeper, the a culture was my culture. And I think I was probably running away from it because I was born in London, but I went to boarding school in Nigeria, and there was a lot of trauma attached to it. So I think when I went back to London, everything in me tried to shed it and forget it. And in doing that, I obviously lost a part of my identity.
Wow.
So I took up hip hop, and honestly, I even did crump for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
I don't have the stamina for crump. I don't have the stamina. But yeah, those were my first introduction into dance and into the arts.
Oh, great.
But like I said, there was just something missing. And yeah, now that I've reintegrated myself back into it, it hasn't just been an exploration of like Afro dance. For me, it's actually been a healing journey because I've had to really go back and tackle those traumas that I tried to kind of block out. But I realized that I had to deal with them. And there's no way that I would have been as integrated into the Afro dance scene, community, dances, if I didn't do that, because I would have the same issue that I had with hip hop and popping and lock, so.
Wow. Wow, interesting. Well, thank you for sharing that. So now moving on to where you are now. So the question would be like, what's up? What's up with you now? Not how far. Not how far is it from what's up? In Pidgin, how far means like
what's happening now?
Yeah. But what's up means like from, let's say, like from 5 years down the line up until now.
So the last 5 years, I would say I've really been focusing on teaching, specifically in higher education. So at the moment, I'm a lecturer in a dance conservatoire in a university, specifically second years. And that was a huge goal of mine, specifically to teach some kind of form of African dance in higher education.
Nice.
Because I think because I came from the industry, I was in the commercial industry for a really long time. And when people say technique or when they say like contemporary, like it's the buzzwords never included African dance or Afro dance. But then as music evolved, you see the inclusion of it, but you don't see it translate into where it really counts, which is the education side of it. It was just this, it's fun, vibes, fun.
Vibes.
And it is, I'm not saying it's not, it is, but I think there's like a fine line between perpetuating that what is our culture is just for vibes and for fun, and it's not. So the same way people value contemporary, ballet, katak, capoeira, all of those things, like it was a huge goal of mine to bring that into higher education. So yeah, the last 5 years have been really, really focusing on teaching. Obviously, I still do like workshops and I'm blessed to travel a lot. But my passion at the moment is, really building a curriculum in higher education.
Wow, interesting. I mean, a friend of mine was here months ago when we were talking about the same culture of teaching, and it was like he's not a fan of, here in some of our curricular activities here in our schools, we teach ballet. And he was like he's never a fan of it. Like, why are we not teaching Afrofusion in the schools right now? And instead, you see schools saying you want a ballet dancer, knowing fully well that is nowhere near our culture. It's not even our reality, to point toes and stand in a certain way, And I also agree, and I was like, I don't think, but right now, I don't think we're ready for that conversation. People have been dodging it, But then again, seeing that happen in the UK, where you're based, is something to really nod the head to, like,
I agree. I mean, I think ballet and contemporary and those disciplines are obviously very important.
Yeah.
But there are certain nuances and things that African dance forms will teach you that cannot be taught.
Yeah.
If you're doing ballet or contemporary, there's just like a nuance that's that sets it apart.
Yeah.
So in the UK, I know it's something that they're really pushing to like include in curriculum.
All right. So great. Now looking at the what you do, the style you do, and the space you hold in the UK dance space. Because I remembered when we saw in the UK, that was when I think a month ago. I can't even remember.
Yeah, it was like 2 months ago.
When we had the conversation, I was asking you. I said, "Why is your?"
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Why do you choose the Ghanaian style of dance to represent, knowing fully well that you're a full-blooded Naija Lagos girl?
I don't
Why
want to
is
make
that?
this. I knew this question was coming. Everyone always asks me this question. Even my mum is like, "Shion, you're a right girl. You're not." So I think I remember I said that I was gonna stop dancing between 2014 and 2016.
Yeah.
And I think around that time was the rise of Azonto, especially in the UK. So like 2013, I think was when Fuse dropped the Azonto track. And it just blew up. So obviously, naturally, as a dancer, like you're intrigued and you're like, oh, what's this? What's this?
Trending?
But I never thought that it would be something that I would really take interest in. It was interesting at the time, just like every other trend. But then in 2015, I think I had the opportunity to go to Ghana for work, actually. Not as an Afro dancer, but just as a dancer for an artist out there. And then that's when I actually met Dance God Lloyd and Afro Beast for the first time. And then I was introduced to E-Flex. And I was there for like a week or like a week and a half. And I just fell in love. But if I'm going to be honest, and I don't want to make it too deep because that's not what this podcast is about. But if I'm honest, I think going Ghana filled a gap that Nigeria left for me. So I think that's why I like latched on like really heavily. And then I don't know, man. They sucked me in. I don't know. They sucked me in. And ever since then, I don't know. I just fell in love with the movement, the style, the people, the culture. And I think it gave me something that maybe it was right timing. It gave me something that I probably was missing at the time, because by then I hadn't been back to Nigeria in years. But I'm coming back though.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, if we are looking at movement as a term, originally what the word actually means, I don't think there's any separation with that. So
right.
if this is how you found connection with your body on how to move, I don't think that's a problem. But I know for sure there's going to be sentiment around the fact that she's not even from. But have the Ghanaian people ever maybe troll you on any of this? Let's say dragged you and said, "Why are you teaching us?"
They've probably wanted to. They've probably wanted to, but I have to say that I've been really lucky, actually.
Wow.
Like, I've been really, because I know what it means for someone to teach a style and they're not from there. There's too many, especially in African streets, there's too many nuances, the language, the music, there's so many nuances that it's easy to skip and miss, especially when you start teaching it. But I've been really lucky. Like, the Ghanaian community did this with me. Yeah, they really like hugged me and brought me in, and there was never like a question or can you translate this song for me? Am I doing this right? Like, there was never a period where like I asked a question and it was ever like,
wow.
And I think I also have no problem with, I think sometimes when guests teach a style that they're not from, I think there's like a sense of entitlement sometimes, and they almost want to hide and push away the fact that you're not from there. I have no issue saying I am not Ghanaian. I am very much a Nigerian woman, and I'm proud Nigerian woman. And I always make it clear that this is a perspective. And the perspective is I am a Nigerian woman who lives in London that has adopted the Ghanaian culture and dance.
Wow.
So for me, I have no issue saying that. So I think because I've always been open like that, the Ghanaian community, I think respected that. And it wasn't as if, oh, who is this Nigerian girl coming to colonize our our stuff? So I've been really lucky. Like they've really they've taught me a lot, they've helped me a lot, they've supported like the moment that I wanted to switch to start teaching it. They've really supported like my journey in it. So I feel pretty comfortable and confident in it, and I trust, and they're my family, so I trust that if there was ever a time where I'm doing something wrong or they no longer trust that I can hold this precious gift to share with the world, I trust that they will tell me. Someone will tell me, and someone will hold me accountable. I haven't had that yet, lucky enough. But yeah, I've just been lucky, man.
That's good to know. I mean, also respect to you for understanding and also putting your, is it
ego?
Yeah, the ego. Yeah, to like always have separate and say this is not, but I can share because I have some knowledge and I have some idea, and because I've been open to to receive something, so also I can give. Man, respect to that. Now looking at what has been happening now in the dance industry, especially in the Afrofusion world right now, because I mean, something is happening in the Afrofusion space right now. I think something is changing. Now everyone now wants Afro. Everyone is interested in Afro. Everyone is interested in wanting to say how far or what's up, or claiming they are from some source, or my parents, grandparents, parents is from Congo or is from here. All because of there's a change happening right now. And also now seeing also the people who are not Black, they're also beginning to want to teach, so to say, Afro right now, the style, because of how available the style has been. So now, do you think it's a plus on us, the Afro dancers, or something is it a plus or a minus? I don't know if you get the question correctly.
I don't think it's a plus necessarily. Like I think saying it's a plus kind of would be me saying that they are needed to push our culture and style. And I don't think that it might take longer, but I don't think it's necessarily a plus. But I don't think it's a negative. And the reason why I say that, I have two perspectives on this, right?
Okay.
I think one perspective is reality. So if you look at inaccessible places like Kazakhstan, or like, I'm not even going to say places like South Korea or China, because you do have like a small community of people who are from back home who live there. But if you look at somewhere like Russia, for instance, or like India, those places don't have as much accessibility, right? So what happens is there will be like a small group of the, I guess, leaders, maybe people who were teaching other styles from before. They will travel, they have access to travel, maybe they have better finances, and they will take the responsibility of bringing back information to their country or to their community. And then in their country, they will now be seen as, I guess, the pioneer of Afro dance in their country. And whilst others might look at it and be like, what the hell? I always ask, well, do you live in Kazakhstan? 'Cause, I don't live in Kazakhstan. Who is gonna, do you know what I mean? And I think blocking that openness for the reality that there are gonna be people who are non-African and non-Black teaching in these countries, I think blocking it means that we would low-key be blocking how far the reach of Afro dance will go. But saying that also brings about the negative of every Sarah, Jane, John who can say, well, yeah, I'm bringing the access to my country. So yes, it's a catch-22. I don't think it's then needed, as in like, oh, we don't need you to teach our style for us. But I get why in some places that they're trying to bring the accessibility, and the only way they can do that is a figure in that community takes on the role of the one that teaches it. I think providing that they're doing it well and they're giving back. I think giving back is a huge thing for me, and giving back can look in many different ways, right?
Okay.
Do you bring, you're teaching it in your country, but do you also bring people from the motherland to teach, or even from the diaspora to teach there? It doesn't have to be, I get it, it's expensive, but at some point, the money that you've been making from teaching these styles, at some point, there has to be a piggy bank that is saving up to eventually bring someone from the ground to come. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motherland could be crediting. It could be, I've seen a lot of people who teach and there is just no regard for the communities, from the people, like there is just nothing. Now, I'm not saying it has to be excessive, that every time you post, you have to say, well, this is great or this is it. I'm not saying that, because even us, we don't do that. But I have witnessed people in certain communities who there is no regard, nothing. So yeah, the other part of it is, of course, there's always going to be a part of me and us who thinks Afro dance, and then you see a picture of there's always going to be like a glitch, but I think integrity goes a long way. There are some non-Africans and non-Black dancers and teachers who have done the work, or who are doing the work, and they are respectful. They're not entitled. And they know their. Can I swear?
Yeah, sure, free.
They know their shit. They know their stuff. So yeah, for me, it's, I don't know. What's your?
For me, it's the same. Because at some point it was already, they were like, I was already beginning to have a lot of questions, and that is why sometimes when I go out to teach, I'm very careful with the kind of information that I throw out, so that you do not misunderstand what I'm saying, because you're not from where I am from. So it's very easy for you to misunderstand what has been said. So I always like to kind of like open the class and make it very basic. So anything that is beyond that, I don't really, because right now there's a whole lot happening right now in the Afro world. And I've seen a couple of also like white people going to teach Afro. In my mind, I'm like, and even the pronunciation is not correct. Sometimes the moves is not correctly correct, and I'm like, so now, so the question that started to come to me or to my mind is that, so how do we manage all of that? Because at the end of the day, what we have is actually share. We as artists, our work is not just to hold whatever we have on the inside; it's to actually share and give out. So by the time we give, and all of this, is beginning to happen, people are beginning to see themselves as Afro dancers, even though we know you're not one of us. Not like we're having this separation, but we are just careful of how you give out this information that you have. Even though it's not so correctly correct, but then again, this is just the question that has been in my head. So that's why I asked: is it a plus, or it's a minus, or it's just this thing that needs to happen? But from how you were able to explain your transition into the Azonto movement, explains everything. There have to be transparency. You have to put the ego aside and say, this is not for me. This person and this person, like always give credit. But if you have all of these credits coming in, you're cool. I mean, you're helping us do the work, and it's okay. Just like what you said, so Kazakhstan, no Nigerian or African might be there to actually represent. So it's only the ones who have been opportune to travel and has participated in one of the classes that can say, okay, I went to this guy's class, I went to Lulu's class, so this is what I learned from it. So now I can also share, So those ones can be, let's say, custodian of, of all of the knowledge that he or she has already. So, so that's just my own line of thought. But I think it's becoming a conversation right now that people need to start having right now.
I agree. I think it's important. I think for the most part, it seems like people are scared of talking about it. some people are scared because they don't want to offend the white people because maybe those white people are the ones that are booking them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe, do you know what I mean? Or some people, they don't want to offend because I feel like a lot of us still have this like inferiority complex when it comes to white people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know why we're scared of it, because it doesn't have to. We don't have to beef for me to ask a question or to correct. Or so how do you pass on this information to your community? Like there's a lot of students that I taught from years ago that now teach it in their country, like the Philippines and Singapore and stuff. And there's always we've always maintained like a relationship and open dialogue, and they will ask me and I'll ask them. Or if I feel like, actually, I think you should take a pause because you've come to the end of the road of the small that you already know, and you need to re-up on your cup, do you know? So I feel like that relationship is important. But I think there are a lot of non-Africans who feel like because they've paid for like a camp, or they've paid for a workshop, or they've paid for a private, the entitlement is like, well, I've paid. So why do I need a mentor? Why do I need to ask permission? Or why do I need to? And I'm going to look into the camera when I say this, wherever the camera is.
So with it.
It doesn't matter what you've paid. You're always going to need permission from the culture if it's not yours. Always. You're always going to need, you're not entitled to it just because you've paid for a private, or you've paid for this camp, or you've paid for that. Like you've paid for access to understand the movement and the culture, yes, but you haven't paid to like be entitled to it and pump up your chest and have this pride and ego. That doesn't contribute to the longevity of the culture. And also, if you really dig deep into the culture, that behavior, that attitude, that arrogance is not a part of it.
Yes.
So actually, what did you pay for? Do you know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. I don't necessarily have an issue with, non-Africans who teach it in their countries, because I understand that accessibility is tough in some of these places.
Yeah.
But I strongly believe that if you are non-African and you are teaching, you should have a mentor, ideally someone from the country of the style that you're teaching, or someone in diaspora who is closely connected to the country of the style that you're teaching. And there should be conversations of, are you happy for me to be someone that is a pinnacle figure of this? Because it's your... that you need that. Even I had to do it.
Yeah.
I've been dancing for 25 years. Yeah, so I could have the ego of, before I started as Zonto, I was already like,
doing hip hop, like you said.
I was in that. So I didn't need to. I know what it takes to be a good student. I knew what I needed to do, how I needed to learn it. I know how to like write my notes. Like I understood how the process of, if I want to teach something, this is the journey to take. So I could have turned around and be like, I was already seasoned, right? But whilst I'm African, I'm not Ghanaian. So of course there has to be, or maybe it's just the era I grew up in, because even in the street dance and hip hop community, there's still this like, I'm sure even in Crump it's like that. Like there's like a big homie, like, do you think I'm ready?
A hierarchy,
it's not because you're like an idiot or like anyone thinks that you're smart. No, but there's just like a respect level that I think is missing sometimes in the Afro dance scene. And that's why I really love the dynamic of how Crump works. I know some people still are they're like confused about it, but I really, really love like just the hierarchy. Like
it's a thing. Yeah,
if you're in this fam, you're always and you want to join another fam, you think you can just bounce back and forth. All of those, exactly. I really, really respect that, and it's the same in hip hop as well. And I really wish that we could adopt something like similar.
That. Yeah. Right. So now looking at the industry now, how, especially from here, Nigeria, where we're from, sometimes, apart from the crump industry, like the crump communities where we have big homie, little
Structure.
homie, and we have them like spread it wide round, you know, where we have this respect and accountability. I'm here right now. I need this lecture. I need this information like that, like that. But aside from, I don't think we have that in the Afro dance. I have not seen. In fact, it's even hard to say this person is the one that trained me, because already, because I mean, too much. The knowledge is available. The information is almost open.
Available
like, yeah,
from where?
it's open
From
to
who?
share. Like, yeah, from the big homies, like the ones, yeah, they're very open to share. I mean, that's one thing we
Exactly.
us here. We're
So
very
you can
open
take
to.
it.
Yes.
You're open to, you can do this.
Yes.
But then when it's time to be like, okay, I've
To give
taken
credit,
all of
it's
this.
hard to do here.
Am I good? It's such a simple concept. Do you know why it's hard? Ego.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ego. Everyone wants to pretend like they woke up with the information in their brain, and you didn't. Like, I don't, and no one's asking for an announcement. We're not asking for a public service announcement to say, oh, by the way, my big homie has said that. I promise you, people will know that your mentor, whoever, like, has signed. People will know that, like, someone somewhere said that person is ready. It will be a testament in the way you speak, in the way you move, in the way you dance it, in the way you teach it. Like, so you don't even need to. The PSA is the way you move within the style, in my opinion. So for me, like, I would say, like, although I'm older than E-Flex, but only by a year. Only by 1 year. But although I'm older than him, but I would say, like, that's my big homie, or like, that's someone who, the things that I know, and the person that was willing to
share,
answer my questions every single time. There was not a point where I would ask a question. And when I say questions, I am a serial learner. So my questions, it's not small.
Deep, heavy questions.
Yeah,
big questions.
I'm talking, like, every year I go Ghana. Like, I'm talking, I think in 2023, when I went Ghana, I made E-Flex, it was 10 hours. And we didn't dance. Yeah, we didn't dance once.
It was just conversation.
It was just conversation, questions, like, okay, so what's this? But because you said this, what's this? And there was no way that I would say, okay, now because to say I'm teaching Ozonto is to say that I am responsible now for this child, for this thing, this legacy. How can I do that without checking with the person who has taken me up to that point?
Was showing you the road.
How do I measure it? Do you know what I mean? Especially because it's not even more so because it's not my country. So how am I supposed to measure? And I feel very uncomfortable with teaching and feeding information if I don't feel like I'm 100 myself. These people are paying for it. If you've ever been to my class, you will know that I always say, make your money stretch. Nobody should ever walk into a class, especially not my class, and feel like you've wasted your money. That is a very uncomfortable concept for me. Maybe because I'm extra. But because that's a strange concept to me, I need to measure if I'm ready to teach and give information of a style that I'm learning. So yeah, of course I'm gonna check with the person that's teaching me. And it's not just E-Flex either, because E-Flex is just one person.
It's just
E-Flex
he doesn't
make up the whole of Ozonto. So it wasn't just E-Flex. Whilst that was the person verbally that I was like, Bosu, like, what do you think? Like, I think I wanna start. But it was also the community. It was also like, like people like Ozonto US and Hero, and they're much younger than me, but they're older than me in the style that I'm trying to teach.
Great.
So of course, whilst I might not have been verbal with them and say, well, am I ready? There's like a spiritual understanding. And that's what happens when you're integrated into a culture and a community.
Yeah.
Like, it might not even need to be verbal. So if I can do it at my big ripe age, like, you should be. But
I hope that with time, I'm hoping, because like I said before, there's a whole lot happening right now. People will start to see what hierarchy is and also respect. Because I mean, I feel like the best way to lead is to understand how to follow. I mean, if you don't understand how to follow,
Facts.
you may never understand what it means
100%.
to lead. to lead, So I mean, that's always been a strong point for me. I mean, you need to understand the following
agree.
before you understand what it means to lead. So now, I mean, let's quickly talk about is it like a movement or what you do in the UK that has like females? What's the name again?
Afro Queens.
The Afro Queens. Yeah. So tell us about that quickly.
So Afro Queens is a all-female dance company that I started in 2018.
Wow.
And it was actually off the back of, prior to that, I had a hip hop crew called Project G, and that was also all females.
Okay.
And I think it's because all of my teachers, all of my mentors have been men. I grew up in a really every part of my life was very male dominated. And I think one day I was just saying to myself, like, where are the
yeah, good question.
the women? And there was a very few amount of women who were like, I guess, bosses at the time. And I looked on them and I was like, yeah, like I want to do that. I want to be that person that a younger girl can look at and be like, I want to do that too, you know. So I made it like a mission to just, my work surrounds pushing women, whether that's showcasing, whether that's, I also run an event called Afro and More with Corey D in London. And it's a battle event to help empower women to step into battling and competing as well. Because as you know,
they
that also is a male-dominated space. So everything that I do, or majority of what I do, surrounds empowering and spotlighting.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for representing. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so this is the Off Balance podcast where dance meet dialogue, where movement meets meaning. And of course, we've come to the end of this conversation with Lulu the Create. We'll just keep on looking to see more great stuff coming from you.
Thank you.
We hope you come back again.
Of course.
Great. All right, so remember to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next episode. Bye. Ciao, ciao.